Um, so let's just do it since it's only the three, four of us. So let's just do a real quick round robin. How everybody feeling? Start with you, John. You right there.
Okay. I'm feeling good. Yeah, just getting some things together. Just came back from the store, but overall I'm feeling good. Organizing some more stuff that I'm preparing, so creating, I should say.
So guess what I just did, John?
What?
I just looked at it, the date, the calendar on my computer.
Uh-huh.
Today's the 17th, baby.
Yes, and you wanna know what's so crazy? I hope they just deliver my stuff tomorrow because I was reading my delivery status thing and they said that they couldn't deliver it to my address. Now I done got all my other deliveries. So I'm like, why is it this one? It's
Yeah,
so
no,
weird.
that happened to me a couple weeks ago. Like, I ordered a lot of stuff and I got everything that I was ordering for what I was ordering for, but it was like two things that like I wanted, and I didn't get neither one of the packages. Like everything else came, you know what I'm saying? And the two things that I want, I bought from Groupon, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, like I can't fuck with Groupon.
For real. I ordered my
Oh,
stuff on Temu. I'm like, how all this other stuff coming? But my important stuff is saying it can't deliver to my address. I didn't order so much stuff from them before. And
uh,
now these
on
things are
Temu, I can't. I'm scared of Temu. I'm scared of TikTok Shop. I don't want to get them my money. I don't know.
I done got some good stuff from them though. Like I made a little YouTube stuff about it. Like I'm like, it's not bad. Some of the stuff you don't get no mirrors or nothing. But all the other stuff was decent. So I want to try out the little stuff that they had.
Got it. Rob, I see you just got here. We're just doing just a quick how everybody doing before we get cracking.
Got you,
What's up?
got you. Peace, family.
You look a lot better.
Yeah, man. That bug was kicking ass, bro. But I overcame it. Bro.
That's what's up. That's what's up for
Yeah.
sure. How your day going?
So far, so good, man. I'm not gonna complain at all. I've been locked in, reading the family Bible. Just locking in on that on YouTube, just doing a lot of research and stuff like that. So
Uh,
overall, I'm not gonna complain at all, bro.
yeah.
What about you?
I'm cooling, man. Just got some allergy stuff going on. Other than that, life is life, man, and I ain't complaining. Uh,
Word.
kids, oh, gosh, this is my
Dante, do
bill.
you eat ginger?
Mhm.
You do? Like you just like straight up peel it, eat it, chew it?
No, I don't do that now.
Yeah.
I ain't ready for that hardcore. Yeah,
It's not
Hey,
bad.
That worked.
It really does. I'm telling you, I used to have like chronic allergies, especially when I was eating dairy. It used to be really bad, but I'll eat that ginger and still
mhm.
I'll like feel something, I'll just eat some ginger. It's spicy, but it's worth it.
All right, send them. I got some in the fridge. I'm gonna
Mm.
pull out a thumb and knock it out. Now, if I start acting crazy, I'm telling you, call Josh. He told me to do the shit. All right.
You good, bro.
So it's 6:05. Oh, we making good time. Derek, how you feeling today?
Um, feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. I knocked out a conversation with my daughter that I needed to have, so that's one weight off of my shoulder, and now I'll work on the other. No, you know.
Got it. And Miles, we just doing a quick feelings check-in. How you feeling? How you coping?
I woke up this morning, so blessed to be here.
That's a win. J to J.
That would be me. What's up, Diesel?
How you looking? How you smell? You got socks on?
Well, I ain't looking camera ready, so I ain't turning my camera on.
Do you have socks on?
But, huh?
Do you
Do
have
I have
socks?
socks on? Nope, I'm rubbing my feet together.
That's what on air.
I'm feeling pretty good today. I'm like I said, I'm just happy that this organization exists because you know, my daughter and I, we are at our wits' end in terms of my grandson. He's not even 13 yet, and you know, not having that father present is something. So this gentleman's society he's been accepted in, and the brother willing to work with him with his boxing is just he needs males present. So I'm just really on a high that, you know, these men have taken time out of their life to be available. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling really good today.
So, TC, I'm gonna make sure we get to you before I jump into this. You wanna tell us how you feeling?
Um, I'm all right.
You got socks? You ain't never got socks.
I do got socks on today. Thank you.
What's wrong? You okay?
No, I'm not okay, but thank you for asking.
I don't
I'm
want
gonna
to talk to
call
that.
you. I'm gonna call you, TC. I'm gonna call you when we get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, you got socks on something wrong.
If y'all want to have a live later, Telegram live later, if anybody want to talk or just, you know, express them, we can get something together.
Okay, baby.
Yeah, I'm good. Um, so you know what? As I'm looking at the room right here, right, I'm gonna shift a little teeny smidgen with what the plan was because it's my understanding. Boom, 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 boom. Everybody here is smart futures, so we're going to do Sunday school, but with a smart futures kind of twist. And as I would say strangers, but folks that ain't in the gang come in, I'm gonna shift the conversation a little bit more back to Sunday school a little bit. So if y'all see me pivot, just know what I'm doing. Um, so real quick, tomorrow the grant opportunity. Hey, Dante, busy right now. Yep, by the front door. Yeah, all that shit trash. You taking the trash out? Now, one time your whole life, goddamn. Shit. Um, I've never seen it before. Oh, taking the trash out. He nothing, sir.
I'm about to say, shut up before it be the first and the last, goddamn.
Yeah, he told me I did it before. Before, like, I mean, like one time, bro. So all right, so my pivot game about to be real right now, y'all. Original, what's going on, y'all? Hey, John, stop laughing at me.
What's good, bro? Just
Chilling, bro.
honestly,
All right, good to see you.
had to take a nap.
Man, wish I could join the club, man. Um, so what we're gonna do, right? I'm gonna talk real brief about the grant. Uh, what we're tomorrow, there's a video session for the grant. I'm gonna send everybody the link. You probably already got the registration code and everything for it. I'm gonna make sure that everybody gets it. Uh, and then as soon as that video presentation stuff is done, we're gonna jump on a meeting and I'm gonna have Google Drives. I'm gonna have everything that we need, you know what I'm saying, to be able to dig in and and grab Carolina and do the grant writing class that she was talking about. And hopefully be ready to submit at least 2 out of the 4 grants by the end of this week. So that may sound a little daunting. Like, damn, we're going to do 2 whole grants in a week. These grants is relatively simple. Uh, and with all of us bombing on it, we mess around and be able to get all 4 done. The only gray area would be um, getting all the financial stuff that they're asking for together. But that's relatively simple too. So just be on the lookout for that. Now here's my pivot, ultimate pivot. Sunday school today, right? What we planning on doing is talking about land. And for today, we got a Sunday school co-host. I got a fly here, man. This is like a grown horse fly. I'm gonna kill him when I catch him. And he buzzing real loud. Oh man, I'm surprised y'all can't hear it. But we got a Sunday school guest speaker, co-host from the junior church. coming to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, Jada J. Well, introduce yourself and what your role, your title with Smart Futures is, Jada J.
Yeah, peace and love, everybody. I am the Community Land Trust Liaison. I will be coordinating and finding out from all these different cities how we can capitalize on establishing our own community land trust. And I've been doing my research all week, just familiarizing myself with what a community land trust is, what is the difference between the community land trust and the land banks and how they can coordinate. I know Derica and Dante are already in these type of collaboratives in Detroit and Philadelphia, and I know you were researching in Kansas as well. Um, so yeah, just learning how we can incorporate that into building a community, a sustainable community. I know Dante already has land, and as Smart Futures grows, this needs to be, I think, forming our own ecosystem. And there's also ways in which tying in the gardens, farmers, being able to sustain ourselves. Dante sent me this wonderful master class with this husband and wife duo. They started with nothing and they are up to like $750 million in funding for their regenerative land development. So it's a wonderful space to be in. It's at first I didn't know what it was, but I'm thankful and I hope to serve Smart Futures well. And also I just wanted to ask Dante when we end today if I can, I'm not a prayer, I don't be praying all out loud for everybody. I just feel a very heavy energy in the space today. And I just want when we get off, if it's okay, if we can just say a little spray, a prayer and take a couple of deep breaths together, say a prayer as well for Jocelyn and her baby.
Say no more. Say no
Okay.
more. So the masterclass that Jada just referred to, um, the video is about like an hour and a little bit of change long. I'm going to share the video with everybody, uh, but we're going to watch parts of it tonight, right? And I really want y'all to watch the video and understand that with this masterclass and what they're offering. So this is a masterclass, but the husband and wife, they are a business entity, right? So they're provided this this was a free masterclass. But at the end of it, they're going to upsell, right? So they're going to try to sell you to buy their course, buy their program, buy their blah, 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 right? That's not what we're here for, right? Because at the end of the day, the thing that they're offering to sell, that they're selling, um, I wholeheartedly believe with the right amount of effort, we could create on our own because there's multiple facets of what they're doing and what their product is that they're selling. I could do with my eyes closed, and I got folks around me that can do with their eyes closed. That I'm going to be introducing you guys to in time. But their presentation of it is super clean and immaculate, and they get the information out quickly. So I want you guys to watch it. We're going to peruse, we're going to browse through it tonight, right? And still leave room for conversation. But watch it on your own, and it's going to give you so many ideas um, as to what is possible. And with those ideas, that's where we take it, tweak it, you know what I'm saying, twist it, and make it our own and your own. The presentation that they're doing, uh, the presentation that they're doing are is what Jada, TC, Ja, and Derica is one aspect I look for you guys to be able to do. This is a long time frame, but I'm gonna say for the next 6 months. But I would love to be able to say by beginning of February that we'll be able to come into Sunday school and have a presentation just like this master class that we're about to watch right now. By February, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all be able to come into Sunday school, you know what I mean? Or we book a separate Bible study, go on their Telegram live, you know what I'm saying? And do a master class with y'all. But specifically talking about our stuff. And then ultimately, the same way they upsell the end and offer a product, you know what I'm saying? Like we can offer a product, you know what I mean? Just the same. So, Original, I saw your question in the chat. The grants, yes, these are specific. That's a specific Smart Futures conversation. But what it is we're getting ready to go for apply for a couple grants from Philadelphia's Department of Behavioral Health and Intellectual Disabilities around suicide prevention in Black males 18 to 24 years old. So that's a specific Smart Futures endeavor that, sadly to say, everybody here but you is a Smart Futures member. So we can't talk in class with you here. So still stick around, you know what I'm saying? But we literally pivoted the conversation once you came in a little bit, you know what I mean? But become a member and we won't dance around you, we dance with you. All right.
I got
Cool bees. So what I'm gonna do is, Jada, you already saw the video, but I'm going to share screen real quick. Oh, you know what? Before I share screen, let me ask, do anybody got any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns? You know what I'm saying? Any ideas, anything that they want to, just shoot out there before we start watching the video? And the video is all about land.
Are you about to play the regenerative video?
Yes.
Oh yes, it's a good information. I watched the video too.
Anybody got any questions? And with that, I'm sharing screen. Now, mind you, I am going to stop at some points. Sorry, I'm going to stop at some points and I'm going to shift forward a little bit sometimes. So just bear with us.
Is it playing?
Yeah,
can't
you
hear.
guys can't hear the sound?
No.
No, I don't hear anything.
It's just paused on our side.
Yeah, it's just pause.
Okay, hold on.
So why do you
Did y'all hear anything just now?
want to build
Yeah.
Yes.
regenerative
Oh, you know what I did? I already had the sound set up and I clicked share sound, so I turned it off. So my bad.
land
You good,
project? So first, knowing your why is really important because that's going to be what keeps you motivated and inspired to actually take this journey and pursue that path and keep.
So what she said right there is super duper important. Like that's the most important thing, you know what I'm saying, that I want everybody to, if you take time to on your own or just in your mind, cultivate, why do you want to do this? Because once you understand your why, all of the other W's and the how, they all fall into place. But the real question is why you want to do this shit? Because this is not the easy path. Okay. This is not for the faint of heart.
Going when things get hard. Do you want to live a thriving lifestyle? Do you want to have more self-sufficiency? Maybe have your own food, energy, water, those sorts of things. Do you want to make a positive impact on the planet and help with a lot of the global issues happening today? Do you want to live in alignment with your values of regeneration? Do you want to be around like-minded people? So some of these could be your reasons. What's your guys' reasons? If you want to just put it in the chat, just so we can have a record of that, because I'm always curious to see what people's why is. Like, why are you doing this? So maybe you have your why, but you still need to plan and fund your vision. So, and it really created an hunger, malnutrition, disease, not having access to healthy organic food, environmental destruction happening because we're plundering the planet for resources, including global warming and natural disasters, species extinction, disconnection, addiction, and even war, which is fighting over resources. So you never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, create a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. I love this quote by Buckminster Fuller because it really shows.
So when you guys get a chance, right, look up who Buckminster Fuller is. When I first started my journey as a commercial corridor manager and the stuff that I was doing with the city and the Department of Commerce, I used to hear this dude name all of the time when I'm in development projects. It's like everybody just always referred back to Homeboy. So please look up Buckminster Fuller, and from a just a Sunday school attendee place, but definitely for Smart Futures folks, just familiarize yourself, with who he is. And can somebody read this quote?
You never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, create a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. Buckminster Fuller.
Thanks, Jaden. So how many of you guys agree that that is what we're doing here?
Absolutely.
100%.
Bet.
We can't fight what's already happening. So let's come together to create something new that we can actually implement and see the changes happening on a small scale. And then eventually that could be a large scale. So everything changed for me once I saw the documentary called The Venus Project. So I don't know who here has seen The Venus Project already. Maybe put it in the chat if you have seen The Venus Project. But basically it is about a futuristic city design that uses a resource-based economic model rather than a monetary-based economic model. So they have resources that they are able to provide so people can actually have a much better lifestyle, much higher quality of lifestyle, while also being able to pursue their creative passions and purpose. So within the city, there's obviously renewable energy and research centers, and everybody grows their own food, or the food is grown within the environment that they're in around the outside of the city.
All right, so I'm gonna give you another term to look up, right? And please remember that part of Sunday school is not me doing the work for you guys. It's giving you the tools, what I mean? Is look up solar punk. You can just YouTube it. And I want to give a super shout out to Ra, because the video that you added into the content library this week was actually a solar punk design. So that was like really literally solar punk in action. And I used that video to promote Sunday school this week. So thank you for that.
What is the last word you said? Poke, P-O-K-E?
Punk, P-U-N-K.
Okay.
All
You
right.
said
No doubt.
P-U-N-K?
Yeah, solar punk.
Okay.
There's, solar energy. There is a different way of living where humans can actually not focus on such menial tasks or just surviving, but truly thriving. So I really loved that element of the Venus Project, and it actually shows in this documentary how you can actually solve a lot of the global systemic issues that we have today by building like this. So this really inspired me, and since I saw this, I made it my mission to be able to eventually create cities of this nature. But of course we had to start somewhere, so I started to begin the research, and I went to see all these different other eco villages and communities and retreat centers around different areas around the world to research what's working and what's not, and how we could bring together these regenerative systems and materials and design and all of these pieces to create something that could eventually get us to the vision for the Venus Project. So I went to places like California and Thailand and um, Costa Rica, Australia, Mexico, Arizona will actually allow a renaissance of consciousness, love, innovation, and collaboration never before seen on Earth. So this has to do with our why. We envision this world where all beings are thriving in harmony with nature and each other while regenerating the planet. And our mission is to demonstrate and scale an innovation of the real estate development model so it can become a new standard, which is self-sustaining, zero waste, net positive, carbon sequestering, and it can transition humanity from focusing on survival needs to actually a civilization where humans are free to focus on their creative passions and purpose.
So with this, right, their mission, I'm gonna read it again, right, just to give it, I don't know, my spec, right? So their mission is to demonstrate and scale an innovation of real estate development model, which is self-sustaining, zero waste, net positive energy, and carbon sequestering, transitioning humanity from focusing on meeting survival needs to a civilization where all humans are free to focus on their creative passions and purposes. So imagine, anybody can jump in here, right? Imagine if we had a space, right, where once you get up in the morning, you don't have to concern yourself about making some papers because of the electric bill. You don't have to concern yourself about like, damn, what we going to eat today, because you know you can go outside, just pull it out the ground. You got a neighbor that got some chickens, or that's taking the stuff and pull on the ground and turn it into plant-based meats. That there's a community pot that's available tonight and every night, that if you and your family don't cook, you can send your kids over there, and everybody here gonna eat because it was a community pot that happened. That you were creating our own energy. Tell me guys what you guys think if you were able to be in that space in an environment like that. What are the other things that you would focus your time, your commitments onto, your energies?
Yeah, I feel like for me, it would definitely be like teaching my children and like showing them more things and like creating things with them more. Not only by myself, but with them. Like it would just give more time for that for me. And I think that's important, like seeing their minds evolve and them creating technologies and things like that.
Cool. And I feel like that, in creating that space, now you're able to get out there and actually teach your kids how to chop down a tree, how to, like turn that tree into something, whether it's firewood or a table, you know what I mean? Maybe shutters for the windows, you know what I mean? Like actually doing the thing, you know what I mean? And showing them how to, I'm all for play the video game, you know what I mean? But it has to have its time and place, you know what I'm saying? I'm all for, young people get on Insta and all that, socialize with the world, but socialize with the people that's next to you too. Anybody got any other thoughts real quick before I press play?
Yeah, just generating self-sustainable, waters, and learning how to survive within the community, and even mass meditations, with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be dope to have that time. I mean, and not even have time in place. It's like we gonna meet when the sun go over there a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
Yeah.
so I don't want to get off too much on a tangent, but time is a European construct.
Mm-hmm.
We are a people that concern ourselves with space, right? So let me make sure that I stay super focused, but time is how Europeans' use of time allowed them to enslave us. All right. And that's a whole nother conversation, a whole nother meeting that we can have, and we can unpack it. And but just know that we've been here forever. You know what I'm saying? Like this thing started with us. So time has never been an issue for us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Time, they know the time is not on their side. So they actually figured out a way to weaponize time. And in doing so, that's the production of slavery, exchanging hours for dollars. You know what I'm saying? So making time the commodity versus sustainable life, you know what I'm saying? And owning your space. So they weaponized time, but then they figured out a way to control the space. And what we're doing right now is we're talking about taking our space back. So thank you, Original, for even making me go on that tangent.
Yeah, I wanted to say
And
that for me,
Oh,
it's like um creating heaven on earth in a sense, like taking you back to some of us that are older, a childhood where you can run outside and pick fruit off the tree. You know, you can climb trees and eat cherries, and it gives more time for me to teach and be the type of big mama energy that I am to like my nephews and my nieces who are now having their own babies. It's just it's like living, like how we're living right now. This ain't living. This is surviving. And I think that that sense of community and not just neighborhoods, the whole idea of community and love and everybody eats and everybody contributes and it's heaven on earth is what it is to me.
so that's it, the solution. Um, I'm gonna read the solution. So what they feel as though that they have created with their regenerative land project and with their masterclass is the same thing that we're envisioning to create a regenerative development model in which basic human needs of food, water, and energy are provided through regenerative systems and infrastructure design. So then residents can focus on connection with themselves, each other, nature, and innovations that benefit humanity and the planet. Once we get freaking uh uh how we gonna eat tonight out of the way, how this roof gonna stay over our head, how we gonna pay the roofer because we need a new roof, you know what I'm saying? How we're going to pay for our trash pickup, that our city taxes ain't paying for, we gotta pay an extra fee. Once we get all of those things out of the way, and then if you still able to work a regular job, right? Then now your money's going further because you're not paying a mortgage. You're not paying, all these other things. You may still have a car note, but there's certain things that your bills are going to come down, and now you're not paying so much to feed yourself, and you're feeding yourself healthier. You know what I mean? Like we're going to uh unlearn or relearn a lot of this shit. And again, this what we doing right now is an extension to Bible study. So this gives folks that attend Bible study that have their family Bible, it's giving you more information that you can put in. It's giving you when you attend Sunday school, like these lessons right here is I hope that we're recording them and it's being spoken in a way that you may want to take this link and put it into your family Bible. You know what I mean? Or the information that's here. So just remember that like this is we doing a lot of talking, but like there's a overarching goal of what we're doing as well. We got any thoughts, questions, comments before I press play? All right, cool.
Just I was about to say, just was going to add to what everybody's saying, just pretty much just getting back to the basics.
For sure.
Integrated into it that are disaster resilient. You can even get green certifications for these sorts of things. We want to build buildings that can last for generations to come and also create a really healthy environment in them. So you can create a space where people don't get sick, they stay healthy, and the houses don't break down over time. And then regenerative systems, of course, this provides the energy, the water, this creates a zero waste environment, this provides food with the permaculture gardens, and you can also preserve quite a bit of nature through this method when you're planting a lot of trees. So this is really what helps us get our basic needs met, is through these regenerative systems. And then also you have your regenerative amenities. So things like the zero waste grocery stores or recreation, new paradigm education, healing centers, event centers, places for people to gather and create connection among one another is also a really important piece. And then also other regenerative features such as electric vehicle transportation, governance, new types of economic models with cryptocurrencies, having eco products within the stores and things like that.
So I'm gonna stop sharing, pause the video right there, right? And excuse me, for everybody to share, I'm gonna share the video with you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start sharing it now while we still here talking. So from a y'all standpoint, right? Can y'all tell me the whole idea of acquiring land, right? And this is where I really need you guys' participation. What do you want to do it for? Why do you want to do it? What's the goal for? And you know, you don't have to give me a long explanation, but like, what's your great idea around it? And that could be land in the neighborhood, in the inner city, or we could be talking about land, you know, farmland, acres and acres and acres and acres, chickens and chickens and chickens and chickens. Like, what are your thoughts?
I'm gonna go first.
Compound.
Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I want to build a compound for my family.
Okay. Build a compound. Jaden, what was you gonna say?
Um,
Hold on one second. One second. Jaden and Derek, can y'all take notes on this?
sure.
All right, so we got build a compound.
I don't never want to experience homelessness again. So I feel like having some type of community would bring people in with the same mind, and you know, they don't have to suffer anymore.
Mhm. So
Um,
tackling homelessness.
Yes.
Okay, Jaden, what was your thought?
my thought is like homelessness. Um, dang, I lost my thought. Because I was writing, if you don't control your means of protection in terms of you can never be free if you don't feed yourself. And as long as I have to go down to Walmart to eat, then I'm susceptible to starve to death. And I don't want to starve to death. So for me, it is a matter of making sure that me and my family can eat and never have to worry about starving. And you can only do that if you know the means and on a mass level having land. So that's my motivation.
Got it. Anybody else want to chime in?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's oh.
My bad. Go ahead, ladies first. Ladies first.
I was gonna say that's exactly that's what I was gonna say. Like, you know, I got my children and I want to make sure that we are able to eat from generations to generations. You know, I don't want to make sure that they straight, but I want to make sure that they children straight and they children straight as well. And what was it? Oh yeah, and then like just like great housing. Homes not being able to have like mold or, you know, fire resistant homes and things like that. So like a lot of my houses that I had, like a couple houses had like black mold in it where my children got really, really sick from being in that house. So yeah, good clean homes.
Got it. All right, so everybody just got
Hi.
the video.
For me,
I'm sorry, Derek. I apologize, Derek. I didn't realize you started talking. My bad.
you're all right. For me, it was just pretty much a combination of those things and wanting the land to make sure that my children have a forever home, their their place in their community, a safe space where the people there are trusted and the home environment is always going to be there for them.
Hey, Rod, you got the floor. You had started to say something before?
Yeah, I was going to add. I have like a whole like as you guys know, like I write a lot of stuff down. So like I wrote like pages of this shit down to be honest with you. But um just to keep it short, like for my family, overall stability and security.
Gotcha. All right. So here's a question. In researching and trying to find the land, right? Or where you want to go. Because I've heard, build a compound, you know, we need to make sure we got structures that are mold free, uh, um, asbestos, all of the a clean space, right? I've heard a couple different things. Where do we begin?
You said, where do we get it?
Where do we begin?
I think finding the land and what type of land. Meaning that, like, is it like what are we gonna know in advance, what we intend to grow based upon the geographical location? Um, so I don't know if that plan would come first and then find the land, or find the land and, as you kind of say, drive this airplane or build it as we go.
We need the capital first, though, don't we? I mean, we have to begin there before we can even purchase anything.
Man, I was going to say in this community that we currently in, I mean, take it from there.
So we got to find a way to raise the capital, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Like, we can. It's almost like you got to do two things at the same time. Like you have to do the research on location, geography, or like what's the land looking like, what's the weather looking like. But even to travel to those places, you need the money.
Yeah, I definitely see, and trust me, I'm not disagreeing at all, sis. But I do think, even if I found the land and had not yet had the funds, I have the vision. I
Right.
have, this is what we're working towards right here, and it's this amount of money, and this is what we need in terms of, whether it's 100 people, 50 people, however many people, or however we raise the funds, whether it's subsidies or whatever, however the funds are raised, having a vision of the land or where the land is, I think that makes it more real.
Of course, like like a man who fails to plan plans to fail. Like we got a plan once we have a vision, but within that vision, we also have to plan. Well, how are we going to get this money? Like that has to be another plan. I think that's the hardest part, right? The money, getting it.
Absolutely. Well, I agree with that.
Well, I don't think finding the money is the hardest part. I believe it's one of the most important parts, but it's not the hardest part.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because me, right, today, if I had $17 in my pocket, right, and I needed $500, if I asked for $500, I think I would hope I could get it, right? But I would get it a lot faster if I told folks that I needed $500 to get out of jail tomorrow. You know what I mean? If folks is going to find the monies for the things, if they understand what the thing is going to. So one of the most important parts of it is find the land, write the vision and make it plain, right? Figure out where it is and what it is that you want to do. Now, there's a thing called it's like a new, I'm not gonna say new, but it's a newer model of development called glamping, right? So GLAMPING. And I'm just going to that one because I can
You
land
felt
in that.
that way too fast.
Glamp, like camping, but glamping, like glamorous
Oh
camping,
yeah, I saw that. Y'all had a video posted in the thing with that.
right? So, and I'm gonna go and land there because that's an easy place for me to speak from because you guys know that I got a little piece of dirt in the South, and that is what we're looking to do is to uh, um, create a thing called Iman's Retreat. So a retreat, but it's basically like using a glamping model, right? So if you're looking at and saying, um, I want to get some land, I got 7 or 8 other family members, right? We found the land, it don't matter. But I'm just for argument's sake, I'm not trying to swear for goodness. I'm not trying to push nobody to buy the land close to where my stuff is, right? Um, if you wanted to, I showed you guys all, I showed it to everybody because uh it just makes sense, you know what I'm saying? To build next to folks that you know or that you can see where the grand design is coming from. But I believe everybody here has went through like my whole walkthrough of my land. But with my walkthrough, like I'm not just showing you just mines, I'm showing you everything that's going on around it, the cities, um, um, infrastructure, the city's plan. And I hear you, Derica. We welcome you. Come on home. The city's plan, the winery, the airport, all those other things. Its proximity to the highway, uh, uh, the interstate proximity is like 27 miles from the interstate. You know what I mean? So interstate, I mean like I-95, that you can jump on there and go north from Miami to Maine. You know what I'm saying? On one road, never had to turn. Um, but these are the things that you need to, always factor in. But if you took, let's just say Jada, right? If Jada wanted to pitch to her family, and I'm using you, Jada, because I've sent you, I believe I did. I sent you like an overview of some land in South Carolina, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, cool. I was making sure I did it. I'm not just taking it off the top of my head. But if you were to take with this overview of the, well, Jada, can you explain like what I gave you with that overview for South Carolina?
That's the one with the town, right? The town that because you showed me several. Just want to make sure that
Okay,
it's the
no, that's the one that is like 45 acres. All right, so let me just break it down. So I gave Jada a overview of 45 acres that I'm in the process of helping someone to acquire. It's 45 acres of land, and 2 of those acres is like road. So it's like cutting through. There's 2 acres that are just like streets, right? Like in the
oh
land.
yeah, I
So
remember.
so it's 43 acres of like, like actual land that you can stick a shovel in, you know what I mean? But to navigate on that land, you know what I mean, it's 2 acres of winding road that's going through it. But with it, I gave her, you know, all of the step by steps. This is what you should do from a surveying standpoint. This is what you should do as far as figuring out the water issues. These are the amenities that are close to it. And I'm saying that to using Jada for an example, because if you had that, this would tackle what Linda is saying. The question of like, where do we find the money? Where do we find the money is with and from each other. So by that I mean, if there's a person that is within those 10 people that Jada knows, right? Those 10 family members that want to build a compound with her. And there's a person there who has a 670 credit score. There's a person there who has a 510 credit score. There's another person that has a 700 credit score. But that person with the 510, that person knows how to build. That person can get out there and work a backhoe. This person can work an auger. This person knows like their sweat equity and what they're able to do. And that person with their 5'10", they may need to say like, damn, you know what? I want to get out this house in Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? It's cold winters here. You know what I'm saying? I can pack the family up and go down there and we could build something on that land. You know what I'm saying? From the gun bus, we'll live there and start cultivating it and making it so that everybody else can start coming down. But that person with that 670 credit score, that person now takes the person who has the lower credit score within the group and start adding them to their credit cards, right? Bring somebody else's credit score up. So now you have multiple credit partners in the situation. Then now you're fundable. You can go to a bank. So to what Linda's point was, is like, okay, we got to find the money. What you want to do is you want to find the money within your group. And then there's other outside sources. You can go to the USDA. There's bunches and pockets of money out there, you know what I mean? But it begins, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, is finding the land, because then you can go to folks and say, okay, we got this piece of land. This is what it's good for. This is what the soil tests are. This is what grows in this state. This is what this county is known for. And we got 10 acres of this. We can create a plot plan to be able to grow this, grow this, grow this, grow this. And we have the means to get it to market. You know what I mean? So on a yearly basis, quarterly, annually, this is what our revenue will come back just from these 3 acres. You know what I'm saying? We bought 10, but these 3 will be able to provide us with this. And that's the thing that's going to get folks to be able to come on and say, all right, I'm pitching some coins. And you have some people that's going to want to pitch in coins that may not actually live there. You don't have to live there to invest in it. And Miles, you put a question in the chat. I can't see the chat right now. But your question, matter of fact, let me go look back at it, because I saw it when it popped up on the screen. Let me answer your question right now. Are we thinking about this as a future group endeavor or more of a solo project for our families? So Miles, the answer to that. So Miles' question was, are we thinking about this as a group endeavor or as a future solo project for us and our families? And I'm gonna say one and the same. The answer to that is both, right? As far as it being a future endeavor, it is not really a future endeavor. It's a right now endeavor for myself and Smart Futures members. Like we doing this now. The question of, if people want to be involved, that's totally up to them. But if you hear and you're like, you know what, like I need to learn this thing, then by all means become a Smart Futures member. And as we're doing it, you're going to learn how to do it at the same time. And you can be involved with what we're doing. And or, you may say, I live in Tennessee, like I got an opportunity over here. Then by all means, go run down your opportunity. But the thing is, you're now a Smart Futures member. So now you have our team, our infrastructure to actually go tackle that thing in Tennessee. You know what I mean? And just know that Smart Futures was not birthed because of Grace and his dynasty. Smart Futures has been around, you know what I mean? So this is just the folks that's from Telegram, that's from these different communities, you know what I'm saying, how we all landed in this space. Like there's other Smart Futures members and things is going on, you know what I'm saying? And Smart Futures members will be able to attest, you know what I'm saying? Like, we actually getting busy in real life, you know what I'm saying? Like doing other shit, you know what I mean? So to Linda, to your point, yes, we got to find a money. But all of these things go hand in hand, you know what I mean? Like lock and step.
Right.
Um,
But like
anybody
Jada
got
said, I'm sorry, but like Jada said, more importantly, we need that vision. We need the plan basically to even get to the money. So maybe that's where we need to begin, like creating a committee on how are we going to get to this money.
Well, we already had that.
Okay.
Um, so when we say how are we going to get the committee is Smart Futures, right?
Right.
The the biggest thing that the biggest impediment here, the biggest hurdle that needs to be crossed here is people's learning curve, right?
Mm.
That's it. Like your desire, uh, Bree, you wanting this, you know what I mean? Jade is your desire to, you know what I mean, like get in front of your family and tell them about this and co-opt them, like, yo, come fuck with us over here. Derica, your commitment to your family, your tribe, you know what I'm saying, and unbreaking some of this broken shit that just been laying around for years, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all got that. But the the concept and the idea of how we gonna actually get to the starting line and you know what I'm saying, push this car to the finish, like that's the part that we gotta learn. And I do not and will not uh affront and like I got all the answers, right? I know I got a couple of them, right? And I can string something together. But um Smart Futures is a space and place for it's a learning community as well as a place where we actually can design and build some shit with sustainable features. And the secret to Smart Futures sauce is I'm gonna be honest with you guys, is that I am in a position where I'm able to go into Ivy League universities and grab willing participants from their stock of grad school students, undergrads that do this type of work, professors, you know, that want to figure this shit out, whether it's from a selfish standpoint from some of the professors space where they just want to write a paper, have a dissertation, you know, get published somewhere. Like that's that person's, you know, singular selfish, you know what I'm saying, reasons. But in us being able to go in there and again operate with that spook who sat by the door mindset, it allows us to go in and take the thoughts of a Jada from a African, unapologetically African, Muslima, diasporatic space and get an Asian design student, you know what I'm saying, that's in America that wants to and knows all the design stuff to now incorporate Jada's thoughts, Jada's history, Black history, into what this student is going to do. But before the student came to Philadelphia and was fucking with me, this motherfucker was in Oregon and saw the way the train stations evolved in Oregon. So now when I'm talking to him, it's like, okay, take that shit from Oregon, you know what I'm saying, from that lily white place that you was at, incorporate it with what Jada talking about, and now let's bring this shit to the hood, but make it sustainable. So Smart Futures has like a secret sauce that most other CDCs, nonprofits, and I'm gonna say design firms don't have. Because most of the people that work with us go work for design firms, like the largest design firms around the country, like as externships, you know, in their senior years, you know, like they go work for them for free. But I'm getting them before they go work for them. You know what I'm saying? But we got the best of the best in a lot of these spaces. And when they do stuff with me, like I let them know from the gun bust. You know, so we doing this, but I need to walk away from this with a front facing thing, so that way we can teach it to other people. And if they don't want to do that, then pick another project in your class. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not the only professor in here. It's 3 other projects y'all can choose. If y'all not with doing this, you know what I'm saying? If y'all with doing this the way that I'm gonna do, we're gonna have some fucking fun. I'm gonna come to y'all parties on campus. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make sure we lit. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do some shit. And you're gonna be able to walk out of here and then actually walk into something and see it built. So, right, I don't do shit that we can't build. If we're not building the actual thing or building a design model that we can now give to folks and tell them to build, then it ain't worth it for me. I got other shit that I want to do with my time. So the biggest thing here is the learning curve. And I want to applaud y'all because I know that there's some folks here that I'm quite honestly, I know I'm throwing shit at y'all that was not on your plate 4 months ago, 5 months ago. You know what I'm saying? But y'all are literally, all right, Dot, I had a butter knife. I need a steak knife for this. You know what I'm saying? All right, I gotta go order a steak knife. And today's the 17th. So somebody's steak knives will be coming in the mail tomorrow. So I want to applaud y'all for taking, you know what I'm saying, taking a step and getting busy. It's 7:02. I'm gonna get ready to wrap up. Right. Did anybody got any thoughts, questions before I pray
I
us up?
do, real quick, Dante. I know you don't have all the answers, but you have a lot, right? So when you say you feel like the problem is the learning curve, what what did you have in your mind to kind of bridge the gap as far as how do we fix it? Like so we can start at least thinking about a way to target that problem, the learning curve.
Got you. So let me make sure if I call the learning curve a problem, let me recorrect myself, right? The learning
Mhm.
curve isn't a problem, right? Uh there's two different ways that you can call ignorant, right? Ignorance is um I don't know that there's a fire on the interstate and I still go to the interstate and drive that way and get stuck in traffic for 10 hours, right? I
Right.
was ignorant to the fact that, that I could have made a better decision, right?
Mhm.
Now, I can get onto that overpass, right? Be stuck in traffic and be, because I'm stuck in traffic, be playing my music with sons of bitches, motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, talking all this shit. Now I'm just out here being ignorant, right? I'm being
Mhm.
ignorant to the other folks. So in this, the problem of not knowing is not really a problem. So it's more so the lack of education. That's something that we can fix. And Derica and I are literally right now working on fixing that, on creating um educational modules, you know what I'm saying, to bring folks up to speed that um we're going to deliver things into these modules so that way depending on where you land at in this space, the thing that you need to learn, you know what I'm saying, like we're going to give it to you. But then at the same time, I implore everybody to really, when we in these classes, like I'm not giving you the answers because the answers are really in yourself. You got them on it. You got access to, you know what I'm saying, like what I have and so much more. Because when we're talking, like some folks being here be pulling shit out their ass. I just be like, oh damn, I never heard of that. Or I be looking like, damn, I wasn't expecting you to know that shit. You know what I'm saying, and I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to drill down on some high level conversations that I'm like, oh, bet I'm here for this. You know what I'm saying? So it's refreshing. Um, so Linda, the issue of the not having the information ain't no issue because like it's in your DNA. You know what I'm saying? Like the answers is here. We just gotta shut up long enough, you know what I'm saying, listen to each other, you know what I'm saying, acutely enough to get the answers that we need. And we're gonna get there. Like this shit about to be lit in 2025.
We will get there. We will.
I see Jay just popped in. What's up, Jay? But we're about to be on our way out of here because Sunday school is about to start. And for some reason, I heard them niggas start on time. I don't know what it is. My man got a toothache and he acting up.
Peace,
Hey,
peace, peace, man. My bad. I had to drop off, man. Motherfucker called me talking about whooping this girl and shit. So I had to talk him up out of it.
Yeah, good job. So we're about to get out of here anyway. I'm gonna make the recording available. Um,
I was
TC, that's you and me.
I missed the first half of the class, but is there any homework or anything specific that you can advise us to kind of focus on this week?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you the recording. Just watch the recording. And there's
All
a
right.
couple of things that, as the recording went on, you said that was said for people to look up and blah blah blah.
All
So
right.
just watch the recording. It's 7:05. I'm ready to get up out of here. Hold on one second.
Hey Dante.
Yes.
I just wanted to say I what I got from today was basically not that you have to go with smart futures, but something similar to smart futures could help us not only get the funding, but have a team of people to acquire this land. I mean, that's just my thoughts.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly it, right? But it's not just to acquire the land. Like Smart Futures is not just about land development. Like we do so much more, right? So we're about building the community, you know what I mean, but building people too. You know what I mean? So uh
Absolutely.
we are a little pressed for time right now because I gotta pray us up out of here and get ready for Bible study. But feel free to, you know what I'm saying, like tap in with me, you know what I mean, on Telegram, like I be more up to speed, you know what I mean, or whatever it is that you need.
Yeah,
Uh,
was Bible study on Zoom or in the Telegram?
it's on Zoom, but I got to get ready to get out of it so I can get this started. So I got
Right.
to cut y'all questions, you know what I'm saying, because like this is Bible study, like trying to get me to start now. So give me 1 second, and we're about to get out of here. So Jada, you asked for a prayer up out of here, right? So I don't know what anybody's emotional, I mean, religious beliefs, anything like that. So anything I'm doing, I'm talking to the Most High, the big fella upstairs, or wherever you want to chronicleize and put him at. But the reason why the grass come out the ground and it's green and it's not purple, right? So whatever entity it is that makes that happen, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like that's who
right.
we talking to right now.
Facts.
Um, so what I want to do is I want to ask you, big fella. Um, it's a it's a bunch of us that's going through a bunch of stuff, right? And you know what those different things is. In your space and place. You know why you allowing it to happen. Just take it easy on them. All right. Like help them breathe a little easier. There's some things we know we got to go through, but have a little bit of mercy, some grace, right? These folks, they rocking and rolling. We got some people that's a little bit under the weather, that's in hospitals. You know what I mean? Um, I'm asking you to give their families the strength to keep pushing because they've been pushing. They need to keep pushing. Um, and just instill and embark and bestow on us some wisdom. You know what I mean? Because that's what we really need. Help us with some clarity, some insight, some guidance. And with that, big fella, you know how we get down. Like my cousin. Amen and peace. Holla at y'all.
That was awesome, bro.
Amen.
Beautiful, beautiful.